there, and you can see it's pasted right there. So this is the path that I selected. Now I've selected the arc of that path there. So I'm going to do Command C again, look in the center, and you can see that I've selected this path. So that's how the direct selection tool works. Now, I don't have to paste it in the center, so let me show you another trick. I can select this path, Command C, and also I can paste it in front. So here's where you can find this on the keyboard. Edit, paste in front, paste in back, paste in place. So I'm going to paste it in front. And you can see now the square is not selected, the rectangle is not selected, and just the path is selected. And while I'm there, while I do have that selected, I can change the color of that path. Let's change it to red. And now you see I have a red path. So that's something that may come in handy if you just want to go changing just a section of an object and just choose the path. Okay. So let me get rid of all of this so I'm not confused about where I'm at later on. Okay, so now that is the direct selection tool. Let me unlock it so I can select it. There. Now let's move on to the magic wand tool. Okay, so now I'm going to select the magic wand tool, which is over here, and the keyboard shortcut is Y. Why? I don't know. I don't know. So, because Y is not even in magic wand. Usually the letter matches what's there. So in any case, that'll be a nice way for you to remember. All right, now, the magic wand tool has very powerful functions to it, because I can select the fill here, and it selects every fill that is that color. I can select the stroke, and it just selects a stroke. Okay, so how come it selected every color before, but it's not selecting every color now? I'm going to show you why. Let's double click the tool, and the options comes up, and you can see the only fill color is selected. But also I can select stroke color, stroke weight, opacity, and blending mode. So now, if I deselect fill color and select stroke color, it's just going to make that smaller for now. So I'm selecting the stroke color. So now everything that's that color of that stroke, because this is brown, is selected. So here and here, it's selected. So I'm going to deselect, go back, and now I'm going to select stroke weight. So now I'm going to select a stroke weight here. Now this stroke is a 2-point. Now you see it has a 5-point tolerance, so it seems to have selected a lot of stuff here. So let me go back, let me deselect, and I'm going to bring this down to 2. Because it's selecting everything within 5 points. So I'm going to minimize that so it doesn't do that. Okay, now I'm going to select this stroke, which is 2 points. Okay, how come that's... Oh yes, okay, so yes, we're correct. So everything within a 2-point tolerance is being selected. So even the 1 point is being selected. So that's what you see happening here. So now I'm going to select 5-point. And these two are 5-point strokes. So those, even though it's a different color, it's still being selected. So now let me deselect that and choose opacity. Now here I have some transparent objects. So let me just select those, and you can see all of the transparent objects are selected because they have the same opacity. So that's the magic wand tool. Let me put this back to fill color. Oh, you can mix and match also. So if I have stroke color, fill color, and stroke color, I can do that too. So I can select the fill. All the fills are selected. I can select the stroke. Whoops, I selected the fill there. Select the stroke and everything with the same stroke. Oh. Okay. All right, that doesn't work. Okay, so we learned something. I thought you could mix and match. It would be nice if you could mix and match. And let me see, let me see with opacity. So opacity works. Fill color works. So why doesn't stroke color work? Okay, it's a little glitch there because it should work. Okay, so let's move on. So write Adobe and complain. How come you can't mix and match? Okay, we finished with Magic Wand 2, so these option box can go away. I don't need you anymore. You betrayed me. Okay, so we finished with the Magic Wand tool. And now let's go to similar objects. Now, you can select similar objects from the menu. So you can select all on the active artboard, because you may have more than one artboard which you haven't gotten to yet, because you can create multiple artboards. You can inverse a selection. You can select the object above and below. But here's what I want to go to, same. So you can select the same appearance, blending mode, fill and stroke, fill and color, opacity, stroke color, stroke weight. Just sounds familiar, doesn't it? Sounds like the Magic Wand tool. Yes, it does. And here's objects and bristle strokes, brush strokes, clip and mask. So you can select a lot there. So now what I want to do is select everything that has the same opacity. So I'll choose that. And everything has the same opacity comes up. Now, that's one way to do it, but the best way to do it is to select something ahead of time. So I select that, which has a transparency effect, 50% opacity. So now I go to select mode, go to same, choose opacity, and now I found the other two that have the same opacity. So let me click here on this star, which has a 5-point stroke. And I'm going to go to same, stroke weight, and it found the 5-point black stroke there. So you get the gist of that. I can go on, but I think you got it. Okay. Okay, coming down to the end here. And now let's do save and edit. Basically, what's happening here is I'm going to show you how to save selections, because you see I went through a whole lot of different selections. So suppose you go through, take a time to do a lot complicated selections of different groups or whatever that you may have you. You can save those things so you don't have to do it all over again and again and again. So let me make get on the right, open, unlock my layer. So let me select this, hold down the shift key to select some other stuff. Okay, so that's one selection. These two polygons, the leaf, and one of my little transparencies here. So now I'm going to save that. Select, save selection, and selection 1 pops up. Okay, so now that's saved. So if I look here, I see selection 1 at the bottom, so I can go back to that anytime. So now let me make another selection. Okay, so I've got the polygon, the rectangle, the star, and the apple without the the foliage on top. So I'm going to save that as another selection. So save selection. So it comes with that selection 2. So now nothing's selected, deselected everything. So now when I go, I see both of these selections there. Selection 1, exactly what I did. Selection 2 is exactly what I selected before. Now, let's say you wanted to edit it. Now, editing is deceiving because all you're really going to do is edit the name. So let me show you how to do that. Edit selection. So selection 1 is selected here, and you click on whichever one you want to select, and then you'll go down here and select selection 2. So I'll just call it Whoopee, and you see the name changes right away. So let me change selection 1. And Wozers, whatever that is. So I'll click OK. And now when I go to my select, I have my new names. So I can select Wozers. Voila. Select Whoopee. Whoopee! So happy day, happy day. Now, let's say you didn't like that selection. Wowzers. So let's go to edit selection again. And I could just delete it. It's gone. It's never happened. It was a bad dream. I should never talk to her anyway. And you just got, that's just kind of whoppy, not whoopee. I should have double O and 1 P. Ah, well, I made it up. It's my name. I can name it whatever I want. So, there. Spell it the way I want. Nobody's spell checking me. So, that completes today's lesson. Save and edit is done. It's in the bag. It's over with. Now, for homework, you're going to have a drawing that I've done, and I've taken it apart, and you're going to make use of all of these. And please make use of everything I've taught you here. It will be so easy for you. Just take the directional selection tool and just move things in place. But I want you to use what I've taught you here. So I will have given you everything you need to do that. So look at it carefully. See what similar objects are there. See where you can use the magic wand tool. See where you can use the direct selection tool, because you may have to manipulate, some of the objects. So that will be your homework. And thank you again for coming by to educated.com for another lesson in Adobe Illustrator 6. So remember, go out and just create.